And in today's Local Matters, we are taking a look at Senator Warren's possible role in the 2020 presidential race. A recent poll in New Hampshire shows Warren would be the frontrunner if that state's Democratic presidential primary were held today. She leads former Vice President Joe Biden and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. Both Senator Warren and Senator Sanders face re-election in their home states this fall. Both continue to maintain a national profile after rising to prominence during the 2016 race. Lauren Dezenski is in Boston. She's a reporter for Politico and the author of Massachusetts Playbook. Lauren, thanks for joining us. It does seem that both Warren and Sanders have similar ambitions, but are going about it differently. How do you compare their approach to a potential 2020 run?
You know, Senator Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders are often kind of cast in the same world, but they really are quite different. Senator Bernie Sanders ran for president. Senator Elizabeth Warren hasn't run for president. Bernie Sanders has also been in the Senate for a lot longer than Senator Elizabeth Warren. So while the two kind of operate a similar type of progressive sphere within the Democratic Party, they do approach things quite differently.
And it does seem that Sanders is somewhat more open about his White House ambitions than Warren. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, Senator Elizabeth Warren says unequivocally that she's not running for president. Like you guys just showed in the clip earlier, you know, she said to not print up the Warren 2020 bumper stickers anytime soon. And, you know, I think that she very much represents that. She believes that. One of the reasons why Senator Elizabeth Warren rose to such significant prominence in 2016 was her reluctance in getting into really actually running for president. You know, she didn't run, and that's part of the reason why she occupies this significant portion of the Democratic Party, because she was able to kind of have one foot in each camp, right. the Sanders camp and the Clinton camp. And so I don't think that she's ready to give up that platform yet and, you know, actually getting into the muck of running for president anytime soon, if she does actually decide to do it.
Let's speculate about what a platform from either candidate might look like, because it's become commonplace for people to suggest that Sanders and Warren have the same agenda, but that's not entirely correct.
Right. You know, Bernie Sanders, at the end of the day, is not a Democrat, which is very important to keep in mind. And Senator Elizabeth Warren is a good Democrat. She has donated thousands of dollars to state Democratic parties around the country. She's donated to legislative causes. And she's also been on the campaign trail for other Democrats, whereas Senator Bernie Sanders is really kind of representing this wing of his supporters that, you know, he's still very much interested in holding on to and really kind of stoking as he goes into not only the midterms but the 2020 itself. So while the two kind of represent this Medicare for all, you know, progressive mantle of the Democratic Party, Senator Sanders' presence in the Democratic Party itself is a very important caveat to keep in mind when we talk about the two of them.
Right. Now, if Sanders and Warren were to face off in a 2020 primary, would that be good or bad for the Democratic Party? Would they split the sort of more liberal far-left vote?
It would be easy to say that. At the end of the day, though, I think many people in the Democratic Party kind of see as many candidates coming out and running for this position as possible as being a good thing. That perhaps one of the lessons of 2016, in which it felt like ambition was bottlenecked by Senator Clinton, or Secretary Clinton, I'm sorry, by having as many candidates run as possible, to have voters feel that they can choose between as many candidates as possible, that is best for the party. Right. Now, whether or not that happens stands to be seen.
Right. All right. Now, whether or not a centrist Democrat might have a better chance of winning the White House, right?
Right.
All right. Now, lastly, I want to ask you about their respective re-election campaigns, because both are expected to easily keep their Senate seats, correct?
Right, and Senator Elizabeth Warren is going about this very differently from Senator Sanders. You know, she's running in the Democratic primary. There are no challengers, and she's got three deeply Republican opponents. This is different from Senator Sanders, who is essentially running in the Democratic primary, but won't accept the Democratic nomination should he win that, which would essentially limit the any potential challengers from having the few fuel of the Democratic Party in his home state of Vermont, which is, a very different tactic from Senator Elizabeth Warren.
All right, Lauren Dezenski, thank you for your time.
Thank you.